Well, we're off. We got the crowd here. There's Hawkeye, Zigzag, our dog, also known as Joy. There's Beth, there's Griffin. And we're walking the first mile of the Appalachian Trail backward, headed up to the summit of Springer. Well, here we are. This is the summit of Springer Mountain. I've been here a couple of times. It feels kind of crazy to be here again. Howdy. We have summited Springer as a family. The weather's kind of brisk. It's in the 30s, windy. We loaded up a whole bunch of layers going up, but it didn't take long to unzip and take off gloves and et cetera and so forth. So we're now actually headed northbound on the Appalachian Trail. We're excited and nervous. Don't know why, but I've been very anxious for the last week or so. And probably just because this is such a new chapter into my life and change, miss Beth, miss Griffin, miss home and my day-to-day activities. But I know that once we get up the trail a bit, everything will kick in and it'll all be awesome. So we're looking forward to it. I forgot to do an intro video, but we're on the trail. We've done our first mile. Beth and Griff brought us up here and we walked the first mile out and back together. And we've left the parking area and we are headed northbound on the AT. Looking for about another 7.1 today to Hawk Mountain Shelter, and then we'll kind of take things as they go from there. Alrighty, we have reached the first thing that I was going to talk about. I meant to mention this in the intro. A couple of things we're going to see today. One of them is the Benton McKay Trail, which crosses over the AT right here. And I'll get you some more details about that just in a few minutes. And Springer Mountain was the northern summit of the trail. Walk on up the trail a bit. We were there earlier. And what I'd like to do in my videos this year is to take a few minutes during the day or as we reach things, and I'm gonna have to learn to do it. But I've researched some places along the trail, and we'll continue to do that as we go northward and kind of let you know a little bit about some of the areas that we're traveling through. So I know the Benton McKay Trail goes from Georgia into North Carolina. It goes into the Smoky Mountains in North Carolina. And I feel like we'll cross it a few times as we go north. But it's another hiking trail here in the south. And I'll get you some details on Springer Mountain in a little bit as well. Hawkeye and I have been just kind of chatting as we're going up the trail and setting our goals, and we'll stick together for a day or so and enjoy each other's company and then see how our paces work out, whether he's faster than me or vice versa. Sometimes it's a day-by-day thing, but we're out on the trail and we're happy to be here. Well, we have arrived at Stover Creek Shelter. We passed by Springer Mountain Shelter, which is just north of Springer Mountain. We didn't go over to it, but we're gonna stop here and have lunch and then make our way on down. There's a privy here. I live right down there and close to water. And I think most, if not all of the shelters here in Georgia have bear boxes to put your food in. So that saves the hassle of having to worry about hanging your food at night. That's a really nice thing. But this is a really big shelter. I don't remember whether we came up to this last time or not. As I showed you in our What Do We Eat video, this is a typical hiker lunch. We've stopped at Stover Creek Shelter and we're gonna have a little bit of a snack, and then we'll head on up the trail to Hawk Mountain Shelter for the night. And there's Hawkeye.
Hello.
So we're crossing this creek right here. We actually were here earlier. We didn't get out of the car, but we put in the wrong directions to the trailhead that we were trying to reach. We're about to cross a trailhead for Springer Mountain, but this is about 4 miles or so from Springer. and we wanted the one that was just a mile ahead. So beautiful mountain creek right here. A nice footbridge to cross over, and we'll keep heading on up the road. All right, we have just reached a blue blaze to go to, I think it's Long Branch Falls. I'll look up the name when we get there. Trail's been pretty good so far today. Weather's not horrible. It's not terrifically cold, not very windy. It's going to be that way tonight, I think. Pretty flat, not a lot of up and down. It'll come. And we're hiking okay. We're both not in quite the shape that we had hoped to be in, but we're going to do just fine. Anyway, I'll show you this fall when we get to it. It's a blue blaze that I didn't take previously, and I really wanted to see it. So I'll show you too. Okay, this is nice. Definitely worth a tenth of a mile to get here. This is Long Creek Falls. And I didn't come down here when we hiked before, but I'm sure glad I came today. I've seen this in so many folks' trail videos. A lot of folks will use this as their lunch stop, and honestly, I didn't even think of that when we stopped at the shelter back there to have our lunch. Absolutely gorgeous. Definitely take the side trip. We want to go fast up the trail and that sort of thing, but we also don't want to miss the reasons that we're coming out here. This is one of them, because I don't have stuff like this in my backyard. This is just awesome. Well, we're within a few tenths of a mile of our stopping point for the day. We're heading for Hawk Mountain Shelter. The trail has been not too bad. We've had a few small ups, we've had some downs, and we've had some flats. We've had some rocks, and we've had some roots, and we've had some duffy soil, some of everything. So all in all, this first day has been a good taste of what lies ahead of us. We're finding that we may not be quite in as good a shape as we thought we were, but I don't think that really comes as a great surprise to either one of us. But we'll keep plowing forward, and we'll get in shape soon enough as we increase our mileage slowly in the first week or 10 days or 2 weeks or so. So it's been a good day. We'll probably catch up to you one more time at the shelter. Well, we have arrived at Hawk Mountain Shelter. I was absolutely not expecting to be nearly the only ones here. There's one person tent up at the top of the hill when we cut off the trail to come down here. And there's a tent behind us, so not very many people staying here tonight. I was kind of surprised at that. But we'll bid you a good afternoon and see you tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do tomorrow. We've got a couple of different plans, and we'll take it and play it by ear as we get out and get moving and see how we're doing. So we'll talk to you then.